and welcome to the Sleep Masterclass. I'm Dr. Roxane Langlois, and today I'm going to be doing a 45-minute masterclass to improve the quality of your sleep. So first things first, why should you trust me and why am I qualified to talk about sleep? So I have been a physician in the ER for 5 years, and for the past 2 years, I have been coaching high-performing men with their heart health and their vitality, and with most of them, their sleep. And so I help men have deeper, better quality sleep and use less meds. And so I'm very familiar with this topic. I've helped hundreds of people improve their sleep, and I'm excited to share the process and this information with you today. So today the masterclass will be 45 minutes. It's going to be a combination of a little bit of theory and more practical exercises. I hope you're wearing comfortable clothes because we're going to be moving for part of it. And the process is a 3-step process, which is comprised of, I'm going to be giving you a short-term strategy and a long-term strategy. And these are things that you'll be able to walk away with, implement easily into your life. It's stuff that works really well with the men I work with and fits into a busy lifestyle. So, and these things don't take time. They're free, they're easy to implement, and they compound as you use them. So I hope you enjoy the strategies. And so let's get right into it. So obviously good quality sleep is amazing. We all want good quality sleep. It's a great goal in itself, but deeper high quality sleep is actually part of a larger framework that I use with my clients. And it's just one of the pieces of the puzzle for my program, which the end goal is the ultimate goal rather, is to increase vitality, increase business efficiency, and also have a long-term heart health plan. And so I believe that I very strongly believe that you can have both business efficiency, business performance, and have very good heart health. You don't need to have to sacrifice one or the other. I actually believe that there's a synergy that is created when you take care of your heart health and your vitality. Your business performance will just naturally improve, and you can do it in a way where you're not causing wear and tear on your body if you're aligned. So today, what we're going to be covering in the masterclass is we're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to do a little bit of theory on the nervous system, the 2 types of sleep that are very important. I'm going to be talking about the number 1 cause that I'm seeing in high performers when there's trouble with sleep. This is not something complicated. You don't need fancy tests, no expensive investigation. This is a very simple cause that can be easily corrected. And then I'll bring you through my 3-step process. I'll leave you with the short-term and long-term strategy. And we're also going to go into a few pitfalls so we know how to avoid them. So let me just fix my screen here. Okay. So good quality sleep. I don't need to convince you. It's obvious. We all want good quality sleep. We know it's good for us. We know it feels good. But let's just dive a little bit into the benefits. So you're going to be benefiting from better mood, improved problem solving. You're going to lower your inflammation. So the capacity of the body to efficiently manage waste that naturally shows up in your body is improved. You're going to lower the risks of diabetes, heart disease, stroke, cancer, dementia, you name it. Any kind of imbalance your risks will be less with good quality sleep, because that's what allows you to get back into balance while you're just resting. And then, of course, it's not to be diminished. Sleeping good just feels way better, and that's an important factor just in itself. It's an important benefit just in itself. So let's talk about the types of sleep that are important. So the first type of sleep in the sleep cycle is the deep sleep. So this is where your body actually has the capacity to recover. So this is where the tissue repair happens. For example, if you've done a workout, this is during this cycle that the the bones will strengthen, the tissues, the muscles will rebuild. So obviously a very important part of sleep. And this is where you'll strengthen your immune system. And typically in this phase, or not typically, always in this phase, this is where your heart rate dips to its lowest, and the breathing rate also slows down. So your body kind of goes into a slow down mode so you can really deeply recover. So a very important part of the sleep cycle. And then we have the REM sleep. So REM stands for rapid eye movement sleep. And this is a very interesting part of the sleep cycle. It's not fully understood, I'd say, by science yet, but we're starting to learn more about it. This is the time where we have our dreams. And it's thought to be an important part to kind of clear our memory processes and solidify our thoughts, our memories. And it's extremely important for mood regulation, problem solving. So obviously, if you have a business, solving problems is a really important thing. So you want to make sure you have enough of this type of sleep. And also one thing that's interesting, if you look at someone sleeping or an animal sleeping, you will usually be able to see the eye movements. So that's when you know someone is in a REM sleep state. So it's kind of a more active sleep state. The heart rate actually goes up, and the metabolism goes up. It's a more active type of sleep. It's not like the deep sleep. And it's thought that having enough REM sleep can protect against dementia. So more things to do with the brain. So let's talk about let's talk about the nervous system now. There are two modes for our nervous system. There is the rest and digest mode, also called the parasympathetic nervous system. And there is the fight or flight sympathetic nervous system. There are literally two different networks of different nerves that will activate or deactivate to put you either in the rest and digest mode or the fight or flight mode. So both of these modes of the nervous system are very important for our normal functioning. Why I want to talk about this is because in the recent years, decades, maybe the last, couple decades, we have significantly increased our proportion of time in fight or flight as opposed to the rest and digest. If you look around you in nature, you'll notice that the animals are most of the time in the rest and digest mode. They're calm. They're not often in fight or flight unless something's chasing them or they're hunting or they're mating or something needs their attention. They're usually in the rest and digest mode. And for us, because there's so much overstimulation, our lives are so packed, our lives are such at a fast pace, we actually spend most of our time in the fight or flight, in the sympathetic nervous system. And that's a problem because, and it's not, the problem is the proportion of time we spend there. Because when we're always in the fight or flight, we don't have enough time in that rest and digest and recover mode. So our bodies can easily get out of balance if these two modes aren't balanced enough. And so high quality deep sleep is a sign that your nervous system has been, that you've calibrated your nervous system enough and that it's in balance enough that you are able to get in that rest and digest mode and you're able to get enough time in there. So, so this is why it's important to understand the two states, and understanding both are important. Both have their function. If you're in a board meeting, if you're doing a sales call, if you're driving, you need to be in the sympathetic nervous system. But if you're always there, your body will get out of balance because it doesn't have enough time to recover. So, what is the number one cause of sleep issues in high performers? Maybe you've guessed it. It is nervous system overload. So it's like, if think of an electrical grid and there's too much current, there's too much voltage. The electrical charge is just too much for the system to handle. And so when people say that they feel wired but tired, or tired but wired, they want to get rest, but they're so the nervous system overload is so much, the charge is so much that they can't get into that rest and digest parasympathetic mode. So what's going on? Why are we seeing this, and why is it affecting high performers so much? Well, because high performers are used to being under pressure and tension. It's part of their job. It's part of what makes you a good leader, to be able to hold a lot of pressure. And we've kind of normalized this tension in our body. And what I'm seeing in almost all my clients is that the mind body connection is a little bit numbed. So you're not, there are signals in your body that you're under nervous system overload, but there's a little bit of a numbing of this connection. And so people are not noticing these signs early enough. And because we're not noticing these early enough, the body gets out of balance and they wait too long, or they don't realize. And then there's an actual physical diagnosis or real imbalance we really need to tend to. But we don't have to wait that long. So this is why we're talking about this. And then the last thing is that a lot of people are running on stimulants or adrenaline. So this is that natural drive that you can kind of activate with stress and pressure, which, you know, having a bit of drive and adrenaline is part of having an interesting life, having a business, running a team. So a little bit of that is good. But the problem is when you're constantly running on this, you overload the nervous system and you get out of balance. And so this is typically the number one cause of why high performers have problems sleeping. And I'm going to show you how to fix it. But first, let's talk about tension in nature, and specifically as it relates to leaders, because as I said, the ability to hold pressure and hold tension is part of good leadership. Someone who is unable or is unable to hold pressure will not be a good leader. It's really part of the important characteristics that you have to have. Pressure is a type of fuel for you to transform and use that to do great things. And it's what fuels change and projects and large enterprises. So you must know how to hold pressure. It causes it, or it sorry, I'm looking for a specific word here. It allows it's what allows teams to trust you. If you're able to hold pressure in front of your team and to have that composure, to hold these emotions that most people aren't easily able to hold, that builds trust. That's the word I was looking for. That builds trust. When people see you able to hold pressure and tension and just keep it in and like lock it in, that really builds trust. And so it's important to have that characteristic, but the problem is you need to learn how to release it adequately. So the importance of knowing how to release it. Obviously, you're not, if you're in a business meeting and you're in a disagreement with someone, and you tell them off, or you start shouting at them, or an employee doesn't do what you asked and you lose your cool. That's not good, right? You need to be able to hold that pressure, but then you need to be releasing that tension on your own in a situation that is socially comfortable and is not causing harm to, your business. So I want to talk about tension in nature. So there's a lot of phenomena in nature that demonstrate this, the buildup of pressure and then the releasing of tension. You have to release tension. Like volcanoes will build up pressure with the gas, with the lava, with the heat, and eventually erupt. So you have to It's just it's just a natural phenomenon, and you need to do that with your body as well. You can't always hold the pressure in. There must be some release at some point. So, and then another example is in animals. So when an animal is not feeling good or has a discomfort, or for example, I'll just use the example of my dog. If my dog is not happy with something, or I don't know, saw the Purelator guy, or got in a fight with another dog, then after that, there's this discomfort, there's this, and the dog immediately shakes it off. And then once it's shaken off or barks or whatever, after it's released the pressure, the dog snaps back into a state of relaxation. It's like the dog just forgets about it and comes back to a state of balance right away. And so we could use some, we could learn from this. This would be useful to understand and to integrate a little bit more in a socially acceptable way in our lives. And then the hand is for Italians. So if you've ever been to Italy, there are certain parts of Italy where uh, people will generally express their emotions a little bit more. They're not so good at containing when they're not happy. So if you see someone in traffic in Italy, and something's not, they're not happy about it, they tell you, like, you'll know about it when an Italian doesn't feel good and is not happy. They're very dramatic, they're very expressive. But then what happens is they have their little fit and they have their little outburst, and then the person snaps back into a state of well-being. They just forget about it. They don't hold on to any of this tension. They just come back in a state of ease. And if I compare this to North American culture, this is not something that we do so easily. And it's something that we could benefit, of course, adapted to our lifestyle and our careers. So, all right, so let's go into the strategies. Strategy number one is a very simple strategy. It's just becoming more self-aware of the signals in your body. So for this step, you actually don't even need to do anything. The next two strategies are going to help you improve the self-awareness, but just understanding that being aware of the tension signals in your body is an important component of this. If you are not able to feel when there's tension building up, how are you going to resolve it, right? So just paying attention, just by being here, you're already starting this. So just in the next few days, in the next few weeks, just pay attention. When are tension signals showing up in your body, and what could they look like? Because sometimes what I see in a lot of clients is they have all these weird symptoms and they don't realize that this is actually tension overload. And then they go to the doctor, they get all these tests, and the doctors just investigate, find nothing. And they still have the symptoms. And often when we improve this self-awareness, improve this nervous system regulation, and rebalance the body, these symptoms just naturally disappear. So self-awareness, just keep that in mind in the next few days. You'll notice things. Now, on to strategy number two, which is our short-term strategy. So this is the part of the masterclass where we're going to be moving. It's going to be a tension release exercise routine. So these are a few exercises that I've bunched together, but you can actually use them separately at different times of the day to release the tension in your body periodically throughout the day so that it doesn't accumulate. So you'll get instant relief from these. This is why this is the short-term strategy, and you can use these every day. So, if you're not in comfy clothes, I suggest you pause the video, get on something comfortable, and we're going to get moving. Okay, so for this part of the class, we're going to be doing the tension routine. So let's get right into it. The first part is a classic move that I teach. So it's called shaking. We're simply going to be bouncing in our knees, and our shoulders are bouncing, our elbows are bouncing, our wrists are bouncing, our knees as well. Just relax into this, and we're going to do a type of breathing to release tension. So you're going to be breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Releasing, okay? Breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. You can make noise, you can sigh it out. And once you've got the gist of it, I encourage you to close your eyes and I'm going to guide you. So take a deep breath in and exhale. Just continue shaking. We're going to do about 5 deep breaths here. You want to slow down your breathing. Relax your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. Feel the tension releasing in your torso, in your chest. Bounce up and down. A few more breaths here. Releasing the tension as you exhale. You can make some sound. All right, wherever you are, one last deep inhale and exhale. Take your time. And once you're done, just gonna slow down the shaking. Open your eyes if they're closed. And we're gonna do the next movement. The next movement is called chest taps. So you're gonna do some fists with your hands and you're gonna gently tap on your chest. So right along the sternum, which is the bone here between your ribs, and you're gonna gently tap. These are gentle taps. There should be no discomfort, no pain. It's really a gentle tap. It should feel good. So same thing, we're breathing in through our nose and exhaling through our mouth. Okay, now what we're gonna do is a breathing exercise that will stimulate a nerve called the vagus nerve in our chest, in our thoracic cage. And so this breathing exercise is going to stimulate that nerve, and that nerve is part of the parasympathetic nervous system. So it activates the rest and digest portion of our nervous system, okay? So you're going to breathe in through your nose and just watch me for the first time. As you exhale, you're going to let out an ah sound, okay? So okay, so breathe in through your nose and exhale with an ah. Good. We're going to do this 3 more times on your own time, okay? Close your eyes if you'd like. Slow down your breathing and exhale with an ah. All right, one last time. Deep breath in. Perfect. So as I said, the humming sound will vibrate in your chest and activate this nerve that goes in your chest and that is responsible for helping the body get into the rest and digest parasympathetic mode. This will help slow down your heart rate, decrease your blood pressure, and just give you a sense of calm. Okay, next exercise is what I call the face massage. So the heart face massage. So we're simply going to take our hands and we're going to start at the top of our nose and go up until you're on your forehead and go down on your temples, on your jaw, and slowly caressing your neck to calm your nervous system. Okay, we're going to do that 5 times. Do it on your own time. You want to apply some moderate pressure, just to feel that massage on your face, your temples, your jawline, and then on your neck. Just be gentle on your neck, okay? Same thing, you're taking in deep breaths through your nose and releasing through your mouth. A couple more times on your own time. Soothing the nervous system as you gently caress your neck and chest. 3 more times. Long, deep breathing, and let out the tension as you exhale through your mouth. One last time. Taking your time, enjoy the sensations on your face. Feel your body relaxing. Good. All right. Next exercise is simply a temple massage, because I want to give you a few exercises. Some are more discreet, some are less discreet. The chest tapping maybe you don't want to do in your office, but the temple massage, you can do that easily. It's very discreet. So you're going to take 2 fingers and you're going to massage your temples 10 times forward and 10 times backwards. So I really suggest you close your eyes. If you've got glasses, just remove them. Same thing, enjoy this massage and just deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth, releasing, helping your body to release that tension that's accumulated in the day, in the week, in the past year. So 10 forward and then reverse, 10 in the opposite direction. Continue with these long, deep breaths. Deep breath in through your nose and exhale, letting go through your mouth. And once you're done, 10 each sides, just relax, shake it out. Now the last exercise that we're going to do is going to be the massaging of an acupressure point. So this acupressure point is right here between your 2 eyebrows, and it's known in traditional Chinese medicine. It's been used for thousands of years to help calm the mind and improve sleep. So really, really good to use during the day when you want to calm your mind, and before going to bed as well, could be very useful. So same concept, we're going to take 2 fingers and we're going to massage between our eyebrows 10 circles in one direction and 10 circles in the other. Close your eyes, moderate pressure. This should feel good. No forcing it. Don't apply too much force. This should feel relaxing. Continue the breathing as usual. Deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Once you're done the 10 circles in one direction, simply switch in the other direction. You can switch your hands as well, just so you equal out the effort in your body. Deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Feel the tension in your eyebrows, in your forehead, even in your eyes, relaxing and letting go. One last deep, full breath here. Once you're done, just relax your hands. We're going to end this session, or this exercise rather, putting your hands on your heart, and you're going to be taking 3 deep breaths with your eyes closed. Just feeling this relaxed energy that you've cultivated. Feel the connection with your body. Feel the connection with your heart. And enjoy this sensation of just perhaps a little bit less tension in your body. One last deep breath here. Good. When you're done, just release your hands. And that's it. That's the short-term strategy, the exercises that you can do to release tension throughout your day, throughout your week, and that will help you and give you immediate relief of this tension. The more you practice, the easier your body will let go of that tension. So try it out, and I will jump into the next strategy. We're going to jump into common pitfalls right after this. So I hope you enjoyed this sleep tension release routine. As I said, you can use this at any time of the day. Pick and choose what would benefit you most. So let's get into the pitfalls that I'm commonly seeing with people. And when you're aware of this, you can more easily avoid them. So pitfall number one is impatience. So a lot of people, I get it. We all love to solve problems quickly. And especially as leaders, we get presented with a problem as quickly as possible. We want to resolve that problem and we want to jump into a solution. But with sleep, there is something about momentum that we have to understand. Hence why I have a train here, a cargo train, to illustrate the analogy of momentum. Anytime we have an imbalance in our health, I'm not talking about an emergency, like if you break your leg, but an imbalance that's been there for a while, an illness that's popped up. Every single time there is momentum about this imbalance that has been going on for a while, and it has a certain trajectory. So kind of like a cargo train has a trajectory. It's going at a certain speed on a train track. And so that's the momentum that the imbalance has picked up. So in sleep, it's the same thing. What we want to do is slowly slow down that momentum of the imbalance of the train going in that direction, slow it down until it comes to a stop, and then start momentum in a better direction. So we need to slowly slow down the train. You can't brake forcefully because that's not how it works. You need to slow down the train, have it be in a neutral place, and then start it again in a more positive momentum. So you need to be patient. This takes a few weeks, sometimes a few months to rebalance, and there's no quick fix. People who take sleeping pills, well, the quality of their sleep is not that good, and then when they stop taking the pills, usually the sleep doesn't get better. So you really want to make sure that you're targeting the root cause of the imbalance, and you're not just wanting sleep one night, you're wanting sleep for years to come. So being patient is one of the things to look out for, not being impatient. And also this will help you understand that you need to give the techniques time so that your body can recalibrate and get back into balance. Pitfall number two is often when people have trouble sleeping, if they're waking up at 3 a.m, they'll replace not sleeping with a bad habit. Typically, the most common one that we see, obviously, is scrolling. So people take their phone out, they scroll, they distract themselves. And not only is this problematic in terms of the light entering your eyes and messing up your circadian rhythm, because our brains are not used to seeing light at night. We're not supposed to be exposed to light at night. That's not a natural thing. So when there is strong light that hits our retina and our brains, it can mess up our hormone cycle and our circadian rhythm. So that's the first problem. And then the second problem with this bad habit is that it numbs the discomfort of not being able to sleep. And remember, I was talking about that mind-body connection that we want to cultivate. If you are numbing every discomfort, you're not leaning into the mind-body connection, and that's a problem. So what do I suggest instead? I suggest you have, if this is a problem for you, you're waking up often at 3 a.m. and you're not able to go back to bed, I suggest that you try something else, such as something very boring. So either you have a journal, you write stuff down, and you kind of do a brain dump, or you have a book, a paper book, where you're just reading a book, something boring. not action or anything. And other things could be taking a warm bath or going for a walk if you're really feeling if you're really feeling wired. Going for a walk can be a thing you could try. Or yeah, those would be the things that I would try instead of scrolling on your phone and exposing your eyes to that light. And then the third pitfall that I see very often is that people try to solve many problems at once. They try to lose weight and fix their sleep. They try to stop smoking and fix their sleep. They try to, start going to the gym or improve their fitness routine and fix their sleep. Fix one problem at a time. And honestly, unless your house is on fire, the first problem that you should tend to for long-term heart health, efficiency in business, just making your life better, sleep is that number one priority. So fix only one problem at a time. Don't worry about your diet, your exercise. If you're not having consistent deep sleep, that should be the first order of business. And it will help make everything better. Once you fix the sleep, you will have a better time exercising, you'll be more motivated, it'll be easier to follow a good diet because you won't have these cravings and your cortisol won't be all over the place. All right, so strategy number 3. Strategy number 3 is the long-term strategy. This is the strategy that if you use consistently, your nervous system will be able to accommodate more pressure, and you'll more easily be able to release it in a controlled fashion. It's an easy exercise. It takes about 3 minutes, and this is one that I recommend doing before bedtime to improve your sleep. It's called box breathing. So this is a type of controlled breathing. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 4. We're going to hold our breaths for 4 counts. And then we're going to exhale for 6 counts and then hold for 2. We're going to repeat that 10 times. The first 5 times, I'm going to guide you. The last 5 breaths, you're going to do on your own time. And there's a few things that I want to specify first. So first of all, why is it 4, 4, 6, 2? 6 on the exhale is because as you increase your exhale time, that also stimulates the vagus nerve. It activates the parasympathetic rest and digest nervous system mode. So that's excellent before going to bed. And so that's one of the reasons. And then I also want to say, I'm going to guide you, but if you're not feeling comfortable with the count that I'm giving, it's okay. Just take a normal breath and restart. Don't stay in discomfort because that's not going to help, okay? So let's start by taking 2 normal breaths. Deep breath in and let it out through your nose. You're going to want to close your eyes through this. I will guide you. Another deep breath in through your nose and release through your nose. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. Now continue on your own, in your own head, on your own time. Keeping your eyes closed, breathing in through your nose as much as possible. Wherever you are, one last cycle of breath in the 4-4-6-2. And when you're done, gently come back and open your eyes. So that was the box breathing exercise. As I said, I suggest you do this at night in the evening before going to bed. And the best way to do this is no technology, no screen, no nothing. You count in your head and you use your fingers to count the breaths. That's it. Trust me, once you get to 5 or 6, you're going to be feeling more relaxed, more tired. And the more you practice this, the easier you'll be able to drop in that relaxed state. So that's it, folks. There you have it. The short-term strategy, which is the tension release exercises, and the longer-term strategy, which is the box breathing that you can do in the evening. I encourage you to try this out. This has been working fantastic for the men I work with. When used consistently over a few weeks, I've been seeing incredible results with this, truly. Not only in terms of heart health, and we're seeing the metrics of the heart health improve: blood pressure, HRV, resting heart rate, but we're also seeing effects on mood, concentration, business efficiency. So this stuff, and obviously on sleep quality. So this stuff really works. Give it a try. I'd love to hear how it goes. If you are interested in working one-on-one and going deeper into this work and having personalized guidance, I'd be happy and honored to help you. As I said, this is part of my larger framework in a program that I do with men one-to-one. The program is a 4-month program. It's only 1 hour a week, and I love it. I get great results, and I would love to have you if this is something that you would be interested in. You can book a call, either send me a message on LinkedIn, or you can book a call in the description below. And otherwise, I'm wishing you a beautiful rest of your day. I hope this was insightful. I hope this felt good. And I look forward to seeing you on the next masterclass. Bye.